Good afternoon, Alluvial Adventure team. This is Drew, your host of Alluvial Adventures. Beautiful fall day here in the hills of Tennessee. We got to come out here and check the bird feeder. I'm afraid the chipmunks has robbed me. Or robbed the birds, I should say. Peppers are still pretty. I think the tomato plants has about had it for the year. Time to put them in the compost bin. Yeah, I was right. The peanut suet feeder disappeared first. The high energy one still has most of the suet cake. Yeah, what few seeds is left. Hey Woody, has somebody poisoned the water hole? This suet cake here. Yeah, we got to put some more seeds in that for the birds. Man, these fall colors is just, I like it. I can't speak for everybody, but finally cooled off here. We got some cool weather. Supposed to be in the low 30s tonight. Gonna get up early in the morning, go sit in the woods a little while, see what we can see. Those berries are starting to turn bright red. Well, we're gonna get some bird seed. Get this next episode of the channel moving along. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Come on.
Guys, they have wrecked the peanut suet feeder. I mean, absolutely gobbled it up. We're gonna put them a few sunflower seeds. Try to help the little fellas. Try to help them this time of the year get through the winter without too much hardship. Colors is just beautiful, even though it's almost Thanksgiving. It's pretty here in the creek bottom. We're gonna get back in the house, try to get started on our chili. We think we're gonna have chili this weekend. Probably some cornbread to go with it, something simple but good. So we'll see you guys in the kitchen. Alright guys, in honor of the cold weather that's finally made it to middle southern Tennessee, we're gonna make some chili. We're gonna get our ground beef in the pot and go ahead and let it be browning. While that's getting hot, we're gonna cut up some veggies. Go ahead and cut up a small onion for our cornbread. of this. We're just gonna let it cook with the burger. We'll see y'all when this gets browned up. Alright guys, we drained our ground beef. Got as much of the fat out of it as we could. Throw that in the garbage in a little bit. And we're going to add our chili seasoning and probably just a hint of cayenne pepper. We're going to let this simmer for about 45 minutes to let the flavors meld. And then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. That way, if your beans cook for 2 hours, they'll be mushy. It's not really what I'm going for. So we're going to get this, raise it to a boil, and then bring it back down to a simmer and let it simmer a little while. Really stir that well to mix up all the chili seasoning. Just a little bit of cayenne. We don't want to just, we want it a little hot, not a lot hot. That looks good. Alright guys, we're going to bring that to a boil. Well, our chili is a deep, rich red chili color. It looks good. It smells good. Now that everything has simmered, flavors are blended, we're going to add the rest of our stuff. We got us a can of chili fixins Rotel. Can of tomato sauce. Can of light red kidney beans. can of diced tomatoes, can of Bush's chili beans, and last but not least, can of dark red kidney beans. Now we're going to give that a good stir and let it simmer for another 15 or 20 minutes.
Just like that. Start with wet ingredients. Give them a little whisk. Add our wet 1/4 cup of oil. We're using Crisco, and a cup of whole buttermilk,
Get over here.
and we are going to put in a 1.5 cups of cornmeal, our dry ingredients, and a cup of flour. Mix that around a little bit. That's your basic cornbread. And we are going to make Mexican cornbread tonight without the jalapenos. And we're going to put like a 1/2 of a Velveeta in there, chopped up. I'll make it good and cheesy. And no, this isn't good for your weight if you're watching your diet. And we're going to use Mexican corn. Mexicorn, can of that. Get all that out of there. And a little bit of onion chopped. You can add your jalapenos if you have some. We just didn't have any tonight, but we still wanted cornbread with our chili. And we've got our skillet in the oven, preheating with the oil in it. And depending on your oven, you'll do 425 or 450. I don't want to burn mine, so I'm going to do 425. And then we're going to put it in the oven over here. Put it in this hot skillet. Make a little sizzle, a crust. And we'll look at it in about 20 minutes. Make sure it's going good and not burning.
That's gonna be so good. Well, y'all, there's the chili. I got a little bit distracted. It sure looks good and smells good. And the cornbread turned out very well. As you can see, around here, when it's time to eat, you better get on it, or somebody else is going to. So, we want you guys to come along with us. We're gonna see what we get into tomorrow. It's Friday night. We're gonna see what happens Saturday. And we want you guys to come along with us. So we will see y'all tomorrow morning, bright and early. Morning, guys. We're back in the kitchen again. Sat for a while this morning. Beautiful morning in the woods. Deer season, rifle season open today, and everybody that rifle hunts is happy and excited. We're gonna do a little cooking. We've got some smoked ham hocks here. We're gonna boil these until they're tender and remove the bones and the skin. Going to use those to flavor black-eyed peas or pinto beans. At the same time, we got some smoked turkey wings. We're going to boil those until they are tender. Remove the bones and the skin. We're going to put those in some type of greens, probably mustard greens, and go along with supper tonight. But we need to get these on the stove and get them pre-prepared so we can finish our cooking later. So we'll see y'all in a little bit. We'll see y'all when we get them on the stove. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to bring both of these to a boil. And then we're going to reduce the heat and let them simmer. When we reduce the heat, we're going to cover them. We're just going to let them simmer a couple of hours till they're tender and falling apart, at which point we'll remove the bones. It's just me and Miss Beth most of the time, so we won't need all of this at once. We will take half of this and put it in some freezer safe containers, put it in the freezer. Next time we're going to make something that requires some smoked meat broth, we'll just pull it out of the freezer, thaw it out, and be good to go. So we'll see you guys when we get them done. Alright guys, we're going to take one of our ham hocks we prepared solely for the purpose of seasoning our green beans. We're going to drop them in the pot. We're going to add our green beans and some of the broth from the cooking process. They'll be the best flavored green beans you ever ate. Y'all give me a moment and I'll get the can open. Yeah, a moment ago, I probably said green beans. I meant to say buttered lima beans. A while back, we had one of our small freezers go out. I lost about 50 pints of poke salad, a bunch of my greens I had put up. So we're having to eat some canned stuff, but we're not gonna starve. What we're gonna do now is put these on the stove, just let them simmer. The broth from the ham hocks, well, it will be delicious and make those taste really good. Gonna get us another pot. I'm just gonna put that in there. All right, we're gonna just shred this turkey wing up in here. Probably doesn't look very appetizing right now, but it will, I promise. Now some smoked turkey meat, smoked turkey flavor. We're gonna throw that bone in the trash. Probably wouldn't do our teeth any good chewing that up. I'll be back with y'all when we get the greens in there. And y'all, I realize that smoked turkey wings are not smoked pork or some of the other more traditional smoked meats that you put in stuff like this for seasoning. But the smoked flavor is undeniable. It's really good. So we're gonna get those on the stove, let them simmer for an hour or so. We're gonna bring them to let them get hot, and then we're gonna cut them down on real low. Gonna let them simmer a couple hours and they'll be done. Then we're gonna finish supper. We're gonna fry some fish that we caught this summer, fry some shrimp, and some cornbread. So y'all stay with us. Guys, we're gonna get our cornbread out of the oven. Let it sit there and cool a minute before we dump it out. Boy, it sure looks good. It's gonna be good with the lima beans and the mustard greens. Alright, we got our fish over here thawed out. We got our shrimp. We're gonna season those, get the grease hot, and we're gonna finish supper. We appreciate you guys staying with us. We're gonna put just a little salt and pepper on our fish. Don't want it to be overpowering. Same thing with the shrimp. Just enough you can see it and taste it. Fish are something we caught this summer. I don't know if you guys have seen any of our fishing videos. Every time we go, we keep a few, put them in the freezer. That way, this time of year when we're busy hunting and not fishing, we can eat a mess of fresh fish anyway. So let us get the grease hot and we'll get started. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and drop our shrimp in the breading. Breading is real simple. Cup of yellow cornmeal, cup of white flour, thoroughly mixed. That way it's kind of an in-between. It's not too coarse, not too fine. We'll get these breaded up, put them on a paper plate. That way when the grease gets hot, we can just dump them right in. And give us time to get another batch of fish breaded. That way we're not waiting. Alright guys, we're going to throw about half of our fish in the breading. Go ahead and get it breaded. Or we can just keep our rotation going when we start cooking. Shouldn't have 3 panfuls. It's just the 2 of us, so we won't need no great whole lot. That's been the hardest thing for us to learn how to do, is just cook enough for 2 people. Let's see if that grease is ready. Not quite. It's sizzled, but not hard enough. If that little speck I dropped in had jumped right to the top, we'd put the shrimp in there. I think this is hot enough. Oh yeah. Now we don't want to dump too many in at once and cool the grease off. Guys, our shrimp are starting to float, so they're done. The shrimp are kind of delicate anyway. You don't need, if you overcook them, they get tough and chewy. Normally a couple minutes in real hot grease is about all it takes for a shrimp. Start our fish. Now, I think this was 1 channel catfish, about a dozen big bluegills. We had a great time when we caught them. Another beautiful day outdoors. Now we're gonna have a great day when we cook them for supper. Got a nice golden brown color. Alright guys, last batch. Now guys, we get our cornbread dumped out. It's just beautiful. But guys, this is about as country as it gets right here. We've got fried bluegill and catfish, shrimp. Got mustard greens with some smoked turkey wings. We got green lima beans with some ham hocks, cornbread, tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, some lemon, and my favorite, some pickled green tomatoes. Wonderful palate cleanser. Guys, we know this is gonna be good. I mean, it's shrimp and fish. How could it be bad? just right. That's so good. We want to thank y'all for spending another weekend with us on the channel. To my subscribers, I'm growing every day. Thank you all so much. It means the world to the channel, means the world to us. Please be sure to tell all your friends. We'll try to keep it interesting. We'll try to keep it entertaining. Try to keep it informational. Most of all, fun. Thank y'all very much. We will see you on the next one.